and we're having coffee in my beautiful flowery mug. Reminds me that spring is on the way. It's actually, until yesterday, felt very much like spring here, and keep reminding myself it's not, it's just February. But enjoy what's available right now. We are back to cooler weather, so just as February is. So good morning. This is the day after my most recent workshop, and I'm in that afterglow. It is always such an amazing experience, and that energy just hangs for a while, which is wonderful. So, beautiful reading for this morning. Yeah, it is. It's really about focusing and bringing more of what you want, less of what you don't. The first card that came up was the Sweat Lodge. And the Sweat Lodge is all about purification and clearing and cleansing, getting rid of clogged, stuck energies, belief systems, ways of thinking about yourself that are not productive, nor do they bring more of what you want. They grow more of what you don't want when you dwell on them and let them take root. And so it is time to do some purification rituals. Sometimes that means cleaning closets. It can be clearing clutter in your life, but it can also mean clearing relationships, letting go of those that really don't support you. Rather, they pull your energy for different reasons. The next card that came up was really this same thing, the Spirit of Water, cleansing, purification, and allowing yourself to release things to be carried away in the water. We talked a lot about water yesterday in the workshop because many of us, or what I call water babies, water is our happy place. And for many reasons, it ministers to us, but it's part of that Earth's energy that grounds us, that supports us, and keeps us in a place of more peace, less angst and chaos. So what would be wrong with that? If you want to nurture energy that you enjoy, you've got to sometimes be very purposeful about that, about finding that in your environment. I know I had a really rough experience this summer in Florida, and when I got back, I knew on the plane trip back there would be PTSD to deal with, but I really didn't understand really what that meant. Because, you know, it was a situation like I'd never encountered before. So I knew that there was going to be healing. And shortly after I got back, my daughters had us over to celebrate my birthday, which happened while I was in Florida. And then the next day, my son-in-law called and said, hey, we found this place to camp and wondered if you and Jeff would like to come up and camp with us. There's great swimming on the river. You know, it was just like, yes, yes, yes. That was a foundation for healing. And I'll ask Jeff, but I knew we were going because it was something that was going to help clear some of this painful energy that I'd taken on in Florida. And so, you know, take advantage, clear your schedule for things that are going to help you along the way. And the next card that came up was walking in beauty. And that means choosing to see around you that which is beautiful, thereby bringing more of that to help purify, cleanse, release things. Do whatever, even if that walking in beauty is walking New York City to a window shop, if that calms you, soothes you, and elevates your soul, do that. If it's walking in the woods like it is for me, or swimming in the river, or just getting outside and breathing fresh air after, you know, time indoors this winter when, you know, you don't get a lot of that, especially here. We'll get inversions. We'll have very gray, ugly days for, you know, many days in a row. And when it, you know, blows away and clears, like this cool wind we had as the weather changed yesterday, it was bitey cold, but oh, how wonderful it was to get out and breathe that clean air and just welcome the next weather system coming in, even though it was bringing back cooler air. This is a time of rest and rejuvenation. This is a time of healing, 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 because things are, the next one that came up was patience in reverse. things are going to be speeding up even more here. And it's really imperative that you grab your energy and you choose what that looks like coming to you. You do that by focusing on what you want. You want to allow yourself time in meditation, in just thoughtfulness, in daydreaming. What do you really want to bring to you? What would be your ideal situation with a partner, with a living situation, with a job, with a vacation? You know, what do you want? And bring that to yourself and in your imagination, in your thought processes, and know that this is not a time of just waiting, although that rest and rejuvenation is that short period, but this is a time of speeding up. This is a time of you're going to be in activity. Your energies and gifts that you brought forward are needed in the world right now. So you want to give yourself time. Clear stuff that is clogging you up, standing in your way, slowing you down. Give yourself some downtime. Say no to a couple things that may be, built up in your calendar that you don't really want to do. Cancel them. Give yourself priority right now. Rest, rejuvenate, and know that a very great time of business or personal activity change is coming. So prepare yourself for it. Another way to do that is the spirit of earth. Let me get that. This is grounding. This is a time of what is present in your life now. If what is present is causing you chaos, like, a house that could be very disorganized, if you have hoarder tendencies, you want to do some work to release that, because the physical chaos that is around you definitely becomes internal. And so this is that ground. Get very present with what situation you're in, and do your purification work. Be very right now in this rest and rejuvenation, knowing that things are going to speed up. Use Mother Earth to help ground you, to help bring you back to that place of grounding. So yesterday in the workshop, the night before, when I laid down, I was laying there getting ready to go to sleep, and I didn't have a lot of that chaos in my head going, okay, I've got to remember this and this and this and this. I'd gotten things done. It was, and it was no big deal. I was anticipating it, but it wasn't in my head. And I laid down and I was just vibrating internally, and I thought, this is strange, just this vibration. And yesterday during the workshop, at different times, and I was talking to the gal next to me, I looked at her, I said, I'm vibrating again, because several of the women said the same thing. So there was, I truly believe it was a couple of things. Our collective energy had already come together, and there was some powerful energies there yesterday, powerful women. And again, yesterday at the workshop, we were communicating before we came in through our energy fields. And that, while it's wonderful to know that, it isn't always a comfortable place to stay. And so we did some work with water yesterday, and so we grounded through the water that we created, the structured water, and allowed one of the elements of Mother Earth to help bring us back and bring us down into ourselves again, in a place that was less electric would be a good way to put that, and more just, again, focused on where we are right now. That's what grounding does. It brings you back to the present, because the present is all we have. If we keep projecting to the future, or dwelling in the past, we're losing the opportunities we've got right now to use our own power in a creative manner for moving forward towards more of what we want and less of what we don't. And the last was man holding a coin in reverse. I really just, I despise this card, and there's one that's very similar, man holding a heart, and I can't tell you why. However, the message with man holding a coin in reverse is, be mindful of your physical resources, your monetary things. Monitor how you spend them. Don't go overboard in your spending. Just be balanced right now in that area. Could also mean a man in a business dealing who is trying to take advantage. So if you're going into a business dealing with a man, and it just employ your gut. Go with what you feel is the truth there. Even if you're at the brink, at that brink of signing papers, if your gut's going, "Ooh, I just don't feel good about this," honor that and go, I'm just going to have to hold off. I need to do some more thinking about this. And I can just see him going, "Oh my God, these women." Honor, honor, honor your gut. It will never let you down. And that's part of what that Mystic Rising workshop was about, is really clearing away the stuff, the clutter, the limiting understandings of who we are, so that we really begin to trust ourselves and what our spirit self is telling us and how it's working with us in this lifetime. So a wonderful reading for this Monday. I'm so grateful that this message came through after this amazing workshop yesterday, and I am just in that afterglow of that energy of sharing some really powerful truths, receiving some powerful truths from the women that were in that workshop as well. So thank you so much for joining me. I'm Victoria Savage, Nurse Savage, on your side, your wisdom guided oracle. Until we meet again.